see it, I like it, yeah, I'm gon' cop that. When we on top, how you on top that? Nah, you ain't got nothing on us. I'm steady calling your bluff. Pass me the split.
You know, one thing that makes me feel old is hearing new songs with samples that was like hits when we were younger.
Yeah,
and
100%.
they don't even sample it good. They just take the beat. They
you
might
don't feel like they sample that good?
Yeah,
I fucks with that song. The song
is good. It's
back.
just I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that sample. Like I get it, the hook and then why he chose that beat. Like I get it, but if you would have asked me which one you prefer, the original or his version, I'll say the original.
I mean, nobody. Of course, we have an emotional connection, especially with our love for Maya that we share.
Right.
So I understand why we gonna connect to that. And I remember how I felt. I remember where I was when I saw that video for the first time. I remember how I felt. I can picture the video right now without closing my. It's dark. The whole place is blue. It got blue light on black bodies. I don't know. Sometimes I like the way blue light just glisten off our skin.
Blue light is nice.
Yeah. Some people don't like it, but I fucks with it. So like I can picture that specifically, but I fucks with the vibe of that. I mean,
no, it's a dope song. It's a dope song, but I don't know. I guess it's the nostalgia of the sample where it's like it's hard to put into words. It's not a bad song. I fuck with it. It's just next time leave the Maya and Beanie Man alone. I don't know.
Okay. But dude, like you understand, Kanye West was like the king of sampling people. And there's gonna come a time where he is gonna be the person getting sampled.
If he hasn't been sampled already.
I mean, we've seen some samples already, but I mean like those hit songs which were samples of a song are gonna be sampled by somebody. And then we're gonna be sitting here looking like, damn, how could you have perfected through the wire? Like it didn't need anything else.
Oh, see, the stuff like that I don't think is ever gonna happen. You're gonna have to sample like one of Kanye's B-sides. Like you're gonna have to sample Drunken Hot Girl or some shit like that. You're not gonna sample Through the Wire.
Do you know how many
Oh no, you're gonna sample Through the Water.
West?
He has a ton. You're gonna sample Through the Wire. It's just not gonna be, you're not gonna perfect it.
Okay. But do you know how many times Kanye West sampled A-sides of other people's work? Like, I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. And the kids are gonna be like, oh shit, mind blown. Then when they discover like, oh, this a song from back in the day? Like, it's gonna happen.
I guess it will be the next great producer to do that. It won't just be anybody.
I mean, you don't know. It could be London on the Track for all you know.
If anybody that's like producing now that I could probably see doing it is a Hitmaker. He samples a shit ton of songs from my era.
Oh yeah, because that's his art. That's his era too. So
it's his era too, right?
And he knows he'll catch the nostalgia. Like we'll stop and listen because the kids are listening. So,
and if I'm honest, I think his samples are lazy too. I think a great sample is Okay, I saw a video of Jazzy Jeff, right? He was DJing and he was gonna play the song. He was playing a song. It was one of Cameron's song. It was a hit song, and it sampled a Hall & Oates song or whatever. And he's letting the Hall & Oates song play. And it wasn't until that video I realized a small piece of that song was sampled for the Cameron song. I think it was like "Oh Boy" or something like that. And he's letting it play. Then he loops the part that's sampled. He lets that loop play for a little bit, and then he blends in the Cameron song. And I was like, oh, okay. You sampled a hit song, but you just took a little piece of it that your ear would connect to. But now it sounds like a whole new song because you just took a small piece from it. Whereas, let's say this song or what Hitmaker does, nigga takes like damn near 16 bars from the song and samples it. And it's like,
nigga, Through the Wire is the entire chorus.
But he did it masterfully though.
Okay. All right. You want a sample that you could not have discovered unless a DJ had broke it down for you. That's the samples you like.
Yes. Yes.
And I listen to them. I actually follow a couple Instagram pages of DJs who do break that shit down. Love that shit. I love to discover new shit. But I'm not going front on the niggas who are showing us new shit.
What you mean showing us new shit?
Not showing us new shit, but like I'm not gonna front on them for flipping it the way they're flipping it. Sometimes
I'm not mad at it.
Sometimes it don't need a full on. Oh man, I wouldn't even notice that. That's Missy Elliott. Halfway through the verse, flipped upside down, and then they reversed it. Like I don't need it to be a puzzle to be like, oh shit, look how he did that.
You're right. It doesn't need to be a puzzle, but I appreciate it when it is a puzzle and it gets uncovered.
I appreciate it too. I just don't think it always gotta fall that way.
No, it doesn't. Because right now I'm trying to think of a song that was sampled like that, where they pretty much it's damn near a remake of the old song, and I was like, you know what, that was pretty good. None comes to mind, but I know I've heard one recently where I actually preferred the newer version over the original, and the original was dope. It's just not coming to me right now.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and outside of those constructs, welcome to another episode of the Samurai Professionals Podcast, the podcast where two young professionals bring issues to the table and we chop it up. We was running. It's all right. The babies just want you.
Right.
That's it, man. I'm your host, Young Saint, International Marv, that's the handle. Big Franklin Saint, Cuff Daddy, Charles Flex Xavier, Dat Man Beyond, Young Matches Malone, Deion Slanders, Petty Pendergrass. It's sometimes I forget these. Charles Flex Xavier, Flex Luthor, the Bandalorian, aka Bando, Anakin Flywalker. I'm gonna stop there. I feel like I've antagonized you enough about the whole wife thing. I'm gonna let that go.
Okay, appreciate it.
I just feel like that's enough. Now, I realized it turned from me just being like, Miani's my kid to the wife thing. And I don't know how we got there, but I just want to apologize to you first and foremost in front of everybody. So I don't want no smoke.
Where's this coming from?
I've had a good week.
Okay. I'm not even going to question. I appreciate it. I appreciate the kindness.
It's villain season. Fuck that nigga. I don't care.
I'm about to say.
No, that was because the part of me, like, I'm being nice, and then the other part of me is like, no, stab him. Sorry.
That's the part I'm used to.
Yeah, I know. And the man to the right of me can only be
Nacho Man, Candy Savage, the Slim Reaper, the Serial Killer, Applejack the Ripper, the Munch on Lunch, Lord of the Wings, Jabba in the Cut, the Wholesome Dude, Fat Boy Slim, It's Not a Dad Bod, It's a Father Figure, Grits and Gravy, Ron Swan Song, Walter White Walker, Holdor Doorstopper, Chief Queef, the F&D, one half of this POD.
No.
I am. He is I and I am him. It's Frank. Let's chop it up. Nope. I'm not taking that one off. I like Chief Queef.
We can stop the pod. Like if episode 126 gotta be it. This
you don't like Chief Queef?
This is the 3-year anniversary. You really gonna start the 3? This is 3 years.
I thought Chief Queef was funny. You don't think so? Okay, I'm not gonna say it on the close.
No, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. No words. No words. No words.
All right.
Chief Queef. What a week you must have had. When did that come
you have no idea, bro.
No. We'll talk about that. But when did Chief Queef come to you?
Like 2 days ago.
Okay. Hopefully it was a good time. But go ahead. Let's talk about your week. Let's talk about your week.
Oh, bro, just trying to catch up on work, bro. It sucks when deadlines get moved and people need stuff yesterday.
Because deadlines never get moved back. Ever.
No.
Like I've never had a deadline be like, oh, we're going to push the deadline back just a little bit. Never.
You know what's the worst? When somebody pushes the deadline up and then you scramble, you lose sleep or you lose whatever it is you have to sacrifice to meet that deadline. You turn the shit in, right? 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, They come back to you and be like, hey, did you send that to me? And you like, bitch, I did everything I could to get it to you 3 weeks ago.
As soon as possible.
Yeah,
because you said
told
that
me
you needed it then.
You said you needed it yesterday, in fact. And you mean to tell me you didn't look at your email or anything? So you didn't even check for it. So I could have been 3 weeks late and you wouldn't have known.
See, you better than me. Because let me tell you, when I work, like when somebody gives me all of that, I'm quick to say, hey, following up, just want to make sure you receive this. Please confirm. Please confirm. Because you're going to know, you're going to, at the most, you're going to know that you got it when I said I was going to give it to you. I like to be a man of my word about certain things. So you're going to know that you got it. Now, if you do anything with it, but after that, I don't know. Because then it don't bother me. But that little email back, fuck you. Fuck it. I done lost sleep. I done lost time with my wife. I done lost time with my kids. I couldn't watch this game. I had to watch this shit on my phone while I struggled through some shit. Like, nah.
You get me. You get me.
Nah, fuck you and the check you gonna send me. Hold on. Let me check if my check is 3 weeks late. Because let me tell you what's not gonna happen. I ain't get my invoice yet.
Oh no. So QuickBook has this feature where you can attach a PDF to the invoice. Depending on who the client is, like some clients, I'll send them whatever it is I'm delivering and I'll send the invoice later because I have that rapport with them. They good to me. Other people, that shit is attached to the invoice. So if they be like, did you see the document? Yeah, it's attached to the invoice. So you know you owe me money at this point. And instead of net 30, no, it's due on receipt. So I'm going to
30. That net 30 do it different.
Bruh. Didn't know what a net 30 was starting a business. Doing invoices and stuff. And it's like net 30. It's like, yeah, that's how it typically works. You got to wait 30 days to get paid for stuff. Like, what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to give people time, right?
Yeah, but dude, that's the thing when people start businesses, and I'm not saying this for every other people, they go into it knowledgeable. They know a lot of stuff coming in. They know how shit gonna work. And I commend those people. Folks like me who was just ambitious and didn't know shit, all I knew was that I think I can do this. Bruh, learning on the fly, when I say it bites you in the ass sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time.
Most times.
No, they say hard head makes a soft ass, bro. I got bitten in the ass a lot.
You chose getting bitten on the ass instead of falling, getting hit. You chose being bitten on your ass as the analogy.
Yeah, it sounds more uncomfortable.
I don't know, bro. I don't know why that was the choice.
Well, it came to mind.
Okay, Chief Queef. No, don't smile about it. There's nothing to smile about.
It was funny. It was a good one, right?
I'm gonna contain myself through. Just first and foremost, I just want to thank my brother for sitting up here, sacrificing time, week in, week out for the last 3 years. We started this shit three years ago, legit. 3 years ago, the day we're recording. It's 3 years ago today. So it's crazy that here we are, but scary.
That appreciation goes both ways, man. I remember the day where I brought it up to you. You could have easily said, "Nah, I'm good," but you, for whatever reason, took me up on the offer to do this shit. And not only did you take me up on the offer, you stuck with me and you put in maximum effort. A lot of the creative direction you guys hear with this podcast, from our intros to how we introduce topics to a lot of this shit, is not me, it's Marvin. He's, without going too deep into it, although he wouldn't probably take this title, he is the creative director behind this podcast. He's taken this on 100%. He's taking this on 100%, and he's putting 110% effort in, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And I appreciate you for doing this, because Lord knows I don't have the time or the capacity to do what you do, and you appreciate it, fam.
Appreciate that. That feels good. We don't say nice things to each other often, so I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take it without saying nothing crazy. I'm just gonna say thank you.
Not a problem, fam. Not a problem. Thank you.
All right. Well, when we started this, you were a budding new father.
Yep.
Brand new father. I think Miani was what, all of a few months at that point?
Nah, she was one. Was Faye even here?
No, bro. Bro, your wife, you hadn't even told anybody that you were pregnant the second time yet when we started.
Right. I only had one baby when we started.
This is what I'm saying to you.
That is crazy.
So I find it interesting that we got to this point 3 years later, 3 kids later. And I want to talk about, we both Miami niggas. Like, we both grew up here. You know, we get a little reckless from time to time. You know what I'm saying? We may get out of hand. But what Rick Ross is doing with Envy, I don't know how to all the way justify.
Okay, so what this is the problem with Envy. Envy don't know who to play with. And it boils down to that. Us being Miami niggas, you can kind of spot the nigga that play a little too much, or the nigga that's not gonna quit.
Yeah,
kind of see it. Like, okay, that nigga play too much. I'm not gonna fool with him.
Not gonna mess with him too much.
Envy don't have that radar. So when Ross said something slick on the Drink Champs podcast, and Envy decided to get on his radio show and say something back.
What did he say on the Drink Champs podcast?
So, you know, Ross this is going to be like the second annual of that car show he's doing, which turned out to be a pretty big deal. All right. Envy does a car show too. So on Drink Champs.
I'm aware. He does one here on Miami Beach.
Envy?
Mm-hmm.
So Envy does 2 of them then, or he does more than one. So anyway.
I think he tours a little bit. Like, he has them in a couple places. Okay,
cool. So on Drink Champs, Ross just did an episode not too long ago. Nori brings up the car show, and then Nori says something along. Now, Nori didn't throw no shade when he said it. He was saying something like, oh, like Envy or whatever. And then Ross took that and said, nah, Envy ain't on my level. And then Ross took it a step further and kind of like downplayed it. And he even went far enough to say, well, you know, the people who go to Envy shit, you know, I commend y'all. Y'all got heart. Like it was like it was some type of charity shit. Yeah.
You got, hey, like when they beat up the kid in Baby Boy, and he was like, hey, this little nigga got heart.
Exactly. It was some shit like that. So it's like, okay. So Envy heard that shit, and you know, he has a platform too. He said something. I mean, why you did that? Because now this man got something to promote. What better way than having a nationally syndicated radio host go back and forth with? That's free publicity all day. So Ross got.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When it first got going, that was my thought. I was like, these niggas just this is a great way to do publicity. They gonna advertise for Ross shit, and then they gonna come together and do one real big car show somewhere. Like, that was my thought.
That would have been smart. Up until you know, the pickleball paddle polisher line. That's when it was like, so prior to that, it could have been that. They could have joined forces. That shit would have been pretty dope, in my opinion. But again, Ross is a nigga that play a little too much. And he went to calling Envy wife his girlfriend. And then when he first called her the pickleball paddle polisher, it was like, okay, cool. But then he made another video saying, yeah, your girl, you wrote a little book. And then, first of all, he called it a little book. And he was like, your girlfriend, and it said that, you know, what it was. She faked the orgasm for 20 years. And he was like, she can't do that with the boss, my pickleball paddle polisher. And I was like,
he up there like this.
It's funny, but at the same time, I know it's not funny to Envy.
Hey, when I saw that video, I sent that shit to Frank. I said, That's why I apologize at the start. I removed it because I was like, this is what happens when Miami niggas get out of hand. Because see, at that point, that's when I know when I say this shit, ain't gonna be no more pod. Ain't no more friendship.
Like that was the line. That cross. If I'm not mistaken, Envy didn't respond back after that shit. Because now
I don't think he said anything.
I haven't heard anything. It's hard not to get mad after that shit. Because I get, okay, we throw little jokes. I make, although Envy jokes, in my opinion, was kind of dry. Because you talked about, him using his house as an Airbnb when the nigga house was used as a set for a movie. Not just any movie, it was Coming to America. Like, that was the setting for
your house. You Airbnb'd your house for Coming to America. They paid for his house. Like,
they paid
other
$7
people
million.
do that all the time.
I mean,
and
I
it's
don't
a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off.
There's a reason why he got little yaks and shit, okay?
And buffalo. He has buffalo.
Buffaloes, not yaks. Buffaloes and shit.
No, he probably got yaks too. He got a lot of shit over there. Like it's crazy.
That's some farmland tax write-off. He thinking ahead, okay?
That house is ridiculous. From what I understand, that house has the largest residential swimming pool. It's like, dog,
It's the largest residence in Georgia. No,
So
that's not an exaggeration. It is the biggest house in Georgia.
Have you seen Tyler Perry's house?
Yes.
And it's bigger than that.
The land, the amount of land,
Jesus Christ.
bigger than any other property in Georgia. Residential property.
Right. That's just ridiculous. And then, I mean, how long it takes to make a movie? They probably filmed there for 6 to 8 months. They paid them $7 million.
Because how many scenes are actually in that place? So we'll say 3 months at the most.
Okay, even better for him. So you mean 3 months? I come back to my condo in Miami or some shit, or I'm on touring the country, making money, and these
my house
people
is making money for me while I'm not even there.
I'm not even there. So it's not like I'm at an inconvenience. I'm not even there, and $7 million? That's not bad.
So at first I was like, okay, maybe it's when he went to, your sons could come clean my pool type shit. I was like, ugh.
I was pushing
it. The kids, you don't bring the kids into it,
right?
Like, and then he started with your girlfriend because he wouldn't call her his wife, and
right?
All of that,
just disrespectful.
That's what showed me Miami niggas. And this is why New York niggas think they they speak very aggressive. But what they forget is Miami niggas are petty. We are.
It's only one New York nigga that can match Ross's petty.
50 Cent.
And Ross survived that petty battle. So
and a lot of people feel like because Envy and 50 are cool and close, they're both from Queens. They recently was like pictured somewhere together and all that. A lot of people feel like this may be some beef that, a contact. Like you caught this off of just being around him.
That could be likely.
But you got to remember, Miami dudes is petty. When they go low, we nodded Satan when we traveling through hell to say some shit to you. we go low.
The goal is always to cut. Like, it ain't. Yeah. It's never. Oh, I'm gonna poke the bear. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna stab the shit out of it.
I want you to be like, fuck, like that nigga.
The goal is to always provoke the fight. You don't have to throw the first punch necessarily, but I need to say something to you that's enough to make you say, fuck it. I can't say nothing else to him. I'm gonna hit him now. That's always the goal. Why? Even from when we were shorties coming up in school, and they be like, why y'all fought? Because he said, and it's like, it's just words. And it's like, no, it's not just words.
No, it's not.
You ain't hear what that nigga said.
You ain't hear
what he said to me. And it's even worse.
When you repeat it back, it don't sound as bad.
Yeah, it don't have the same thing.
Y'all don't understand the moment. Like, it was like the girl I wanted to sleep with is sitting over there. My homeboy is sitting right here to the right. And even he was like That shit hurt. Cause now I looked at that nigga sideways like, fuck you laughing for?
Now
Like,
I'm embarrassed. I got to redeem myself. Like, you wasn't in the room when it happened. Like, a lot was going on. Like,
And
he earned that punch.
I couldn't come up with nothing else. So I swung on that nigga.
It's either come up with a joke that don't land, which is even more embarrassing, or just rock his shit. So I had to punch him in his jaw. I had to get the woo lick. That was the only way out of that.
And we tussled.
Yeah, it's the only way out of that situation. I had to hit him harder than he hit me. Simple. Now I'm going to school, and now I'm going home for 12 days.
That's it.
That's
Definitely
it.
going to summer school.
No, I got
to summer school.
Got to F this 9 weeks. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Definitely going to summer school. I'm gonna figure it out.
Hopefully
I'm
he
gonna go to
ain't
summer
done.
school. I'm gonna go to summer school. Yeah, I'm gonna go to summer school, and then I know I'm gonna have to repeat one of these classes with some ninth graders next year. Okay, it is what it is.
Now you feeling like the old nigga in the class.
As a nigga who graduated college in 2019, I totally understood being the older dude in class. Just listening to these kids talk, I'm like, man, y'all are dumb as fuck. Like, I miss when this was my life. I'm listening to them just like, this is your biggest problem? That's crazy.
I ain't got no real issues.
Like, go sit down somewhere. That ain't got shit to do with shit.
Don't you miss those days where your biggest issue was your cell phone bill? You mad as hell that T-Mobile took that $60 out your account. You thinking $60 is breaking a bank on the cell phone.
I had that T-Mobile Sidekick. So, that was all the time. That was right at the Sidekick. And I paid for my shit right off. That's before they started doing those little payment plans.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when they took my money and I was like, I remember, bro, I swear to you, I'm sitting in my dorm room like, I needed that shit, bro. I got $10. I'm gonna make this $10. I'm gonna put $5 in the tank. I'm gonna go to Walgreens. They got two. I could get 3 soups for $1. I'm gonna get a big bag of rice, and I'm about to make this bitch stretch. I gotta eat I gotta eat at least once a day for the next 5 days before I get paid again.
When I was on top of being broke and I knew I was going to overdraft, like before everything, like all those pending transactions, like before they like actually hit, nigga, I would withdraw all my money. I know them overdraft fees was going to kick my ass, but at least I had cash on hand just in case something important came up.
That is the most backwards thought in the fucking world.
Hey, at least I had something. Like, although my account said like -400, it was like at least I got this little $150 in cash, so I'm okay. I could get a little gas, buy a little hamburger if I needed to.
That's why I nigga. Let me tell you, the only thing I had paid because I was like, man, my phone will never go off. That is literally the only bill I had that could just take money out. But I wasn't prepared because I really needed that $60.
You always need it.
Because I was going to go to work. I needed that because I was going to put gas. I was going to get me some gas. Because a nigga worked there. Remember back when I worked at Dayland?
Yeah.
Dayland from FIU to Dayland, it ain't like, it's
a not a short drive.
Ride.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-minute ride, but it's highway. Like I needed my little change so I could get to and fro. A little $20 would have got me for the rest of the week. Now I'm looking for somebody like I'm already short money and I'm about to give away shifts. That shit, rough.
Oh yeah, it was rough. I don't miss those days.
Imagine being a father during that time though.
Oh man, I would have definitely started selling drugs, without a doubt. I would have had to make ends meet. Because them jobs wasn't paying like that.
And we had friends who had kids during that time.
I was okay for being broke just for me because I wasn't going to judge me. And
moms wasn't going to kick me out.
Right. He wasn't going to kick me out. But damn, having people depend on you and being that level of broke, shit, that's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. I don't know how some niggas do it.
I don't know. And we had friends who in high school had kids.
Nigga. I don't know how they did it, bro.
It's got to be that's when you know you raised like a village raised you.
Right.
Like there's no way anybody. It had to have been like a whole group of people had to do something for you.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I love to talk to him and be like, now that I'm a father and understanding the things that fathers go through, be like, yo, were you doing the feeding in the middle of the night at 16, 17, 18 or whatever? Was you doing that? Like, how did that dynamic work when it came to, like, did you take the changing diapers and all? Because I know when I was that age, that was just, I wasn't trying to think of none of that shit.
You was just learning how to wipe yourself good.
Nigga, I didn't even know how to fill out a check properly. Somebody told me, hey, Frank, write me a check for this amount. Nigga.
How many checks have you written?
I bullshit you not. I still got the same checkbook that the bank gave me when I opened my account.
Day one. I have written
I've never
6 checks my entire life.
I've never had to buy a new checkbook. That same checkbook, it's old. Still checks in it. Like every now and then when I need a check. Matter of fact, I've wrote a handful of checks, right? And 3 of them got void on it because I needed to scan it in.
Direct deposit.
That's it. That is it.
That's the truth. Every time they got a new job, like that's when you be scrambling, like, damn, what the fuck my checkbook is? Like,
yeah.
or
if you needed your checking and routing, when a checkbook at? Okay, Bob, I got my checking and routing. That's it.
They don't fuck around and put it on the app now. So now
you don't even need that. And then on my computer, I got it saved somewhere. So whenever I'm filling out a payment application to get paid by one of the vendors or whatever, go look for that PDF or voided check. Boom. That's it. I don't need to send it.
All right, don't
so much.
Hey, enough. Don't you're giving out a lot. I might cut that for you as a friend. Like, I might cut that for you. But speaking on being a father,
right
around that time, did you see the clip of the guy? He was discussing, like, as he's getting older, he knows he will likely
get with a woman who has children.
Get with a woman who has kids. And he said that he fucking Siri.
Is she the worst sometimes, bro?
Yeah, he said that he would rather the kids call him dad. He expects that. Anything less would be disrespect. Anything less would be disrespect. He said, he used the example of, you make your kids say yes ma'am and no ma'am to strangers, but you're going to give me the responsibility of a father and they don't get to call me dad. Like, I don't get the title, but I get the responsibility of them. I can't say those aren't my kids. So I can never say that. I can't treat when we have kids together, I can't never treat them differently from yours. So I should get the title of dad.
I'm assuming in his scenario that the father of those children aren't active in those kids' lives. Because if the father is active, I highly doubt they're going to be calling their father dad and calling their stepfather dad as well. I don't see that happening.
I have seen something like that happen in certain people's lives where I've seen them call their stepdad dad.
It'll probably, if anything, it got to be some. It can't be the same. It's dad, or you call him stepdad. Hey, stepdad, whatever.
I've never heard anybody say, hey, stepdad. They may call him, they may have like a nickname for him that's separate, like a separate name for him specifically.
Pops.
That's not.
It's something.
Yeah, something. But what if it was that? What if it was? So let me ask you this.
I would say, okay, I'll say this. It's not, I don't think that's his decision to make. That is on the child. If the child feels comfortable enough to say, hey, I feel you've stepped in and I've embraced you as my father, I'm going to call you dad, then cool. I don't think you should go in demanding that. Hey, you call me dad.
Let me ask you this then. If, God forbid, something happens with your family and your wife remarries, now she calling another nigga daddy, and now your kids are calling another nigga daddy. How are you feeling about, like, you go, here's the scenario, you go to pick up your kids.
She could call them whatever she wants. My kids, on the other hand, I'm gonna feel some type of way about that.
So
And
you
I'm
go
gonna
pick 'em
feel
up.
I'm gonna feel all kind of heated if I find out that she's encouraging it. Like if my kids take it upon themselves to say they've created a bond with this person and they call them that, I'll feel hurt by it because at that point I'll think that I'm not doing enough as a father to retain that title. But if she's like, hey, y'all call him this, then I'm gonna have a problem.
I mean, she had to have signed off on it.
Right. But it's the difference between signing off on something and encouraging it. Like if the kids decide to do it and you're like, okay, if y'all feel comfortable with that, then cool, that's you signing off on it. But if it's, hey, from now on, y'all gonna greet Mr. Such and Such as dad, that's encouraging it. That's different to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. So what if you go pick them up one day and you see all three of your kids run up, they give you a hug, they go run, you getting ready to leave, they go give their mom a hug, and then they run over to the stepdad and say, bye, daddy, give him a hug, kiss on the cheek, and then run to you. How you react in that moment?
I'm not. My pride will not let me act a fool in front of everybody.
Okay.
But when we get to the house, me and the kids are having a stern talk. Like, what was that? What's going on? Why do y'all feel y'all need to call him dad?
What if they say we've been calling him dad for ever since they got married?
Why? No, it's gonna be questions on questions. I need to figure some shit out because I'm not gonna lie, my pride will be hurt at that point. I'd be.
You gonna address the kids before you talk to her?
Yeah, because they're my kids. I need to know why my kids feel they have to call some.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Of all three kids, run up to him, say bye, daddy, give him a hug, give him a kiss. Out of the three, when you hear it, which one is gonna hurt more?
Probably me, Yanni.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna hurt.
It's my oldest.
Okay.
Because when I go pick her up, the way she greets me when she says, hey, daddy and stuff, dude, that makes me feel like I'm on cloud nine. Like there's times when I'm working downstairs and she's upstairs and the gate's locked so she can't come downstairs. And I can hear her talking to her mother and she says, mommy, where's my daddy? That shit warms my heart. Because it's not like she needs me for anything. It's not like, hey, where's my daddy? Because I need cereal from on top of the refrigerator. It's nothing like that. She just wants to have me around. So to hear her call somebody that, bro, that'll crush me.
As a girl dad, I totally, I know there's a bond there for y'all. So I'm not.
Oh, definitely.
I'm not gonna. What is it like? Because now you have a boy. Because before you were just strictly a girl dad. Now you have a son. Are you more lenient to? I mean, he's not. He can barely do anything wrong at this point in his life. But
no, I don't treat them any differently. I'm just as affectionate with him as I am my girls. It did feel. It's hard to put in words when. Like, okay, so before the gender reveal, my mother wasn't able to make it to the party where we had the gender reveal at. So my mother was the first person to find out what the gender was going to be. So I shared it with my mother first. In that moment, that's when I knew I was having a boy. And honestly, I was like mentally, I was prepared to have 3 little girls. So when that paper came and it was blue, when we opened the envelope and saw it was blue, congratulations, you're having a boy or whatever. That was like a surprise because like you
thought you were a queen maker,
right? Like Fahim wasn't planned, and at the time I was like, well, I'm good with my girls, whatever. So to hear I was having a boy, it's like, oh wow, like I didn't expect to have another. For some reason, I've already put in my mind I'm gonna have, all girls or whatever. So. Knowing I was having a boy and then knowing that, okay, he wasn't planned. So then part of me is thinking like, there's a universe out there where I wasn't procrastinating on getting a vasectomy and I never had a son. So knowing that.
Okay, multiverse.
Right?
okay, multiverse.
So now thinking about like, I could have missed out on him I thought about that for a little bit, but it was, and then come the day where he was born, it was, I don't know, it was different to say I have a son. It's hard to put in words. So then kind of wonder what is he going to take after you? Like, you kind of wonder what his personality is going to be like. And as he's growing now, you definitely see their personality young. You definitely see them come into themselves as they grow. Like, literally from infants to whatever, you see it. Like, they're who they are from the moment they come out the womb. So it's interesting. And you wonder how much traits he's going to take from you. And then you see what he takes from his mother's side of the family. I don't know. It's been interesting. All my kids are different. They're
personalities are very different.
Completely different. They're not the same in any way.
Okay. Let me ask you, do you feel like having 2 daughters was your karma in life?
I've never agreed with that statement. Because the thing is, when people say it, they never say it never comes from a good place. They say, oh, you was a ladies' man, so this is your karma for treating women like shit.
True.
Now you got girls. Now, the way I see it, am I the villain in some people's stories? Yes, I'm not going to deny that. However, I see my daughters as blessings, and to say they're my negative karma is asinine.
I wouldn't say that you're negative karma, but
that's how people phrase it.
I look at that as you were this person, and now God's put them in your world to challenge you like you challenged others. So I don't look at it as a positive or a negative thing, but it's like, because I didn't say bad karma, I just said karma.
And honestly, I do think of that. I do think about the guy I was, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like, I wasn't no dog out here or anything like that. But I do know ways I've communicated and ways that I've showed my hand that people didn't pick up on, that I could teach them. Like, hey, if you come across a guy and if he's speaking in this type of way, or if he's doing these type of things, whether you like, this is my thing. You got to, when you speak to people, whether they realize it or not, they're telling you things. And sometimes you need to listen to what they're not saying over what they're saying. So when it comes, and dating could be very confusing, especially when you start to like a person. There's going to be signs and things you need to pick up on, and things you probably did pick up on.
That you won't even see.
No, you see it. You just ignore it. Yeah.
It's because you're looking at it through these rose-colored lenses where, like, I have everything you're doing in my mind, because I like you, I'm putting it in the perspective of, oh, I like this person.
Yeah.
Like, I keep putting it in that box. Yeah.
Or your mind is gonna twist it and make it seem like it's a positive, or make it seem like, oh, this is a non-issue. When really they've been showing you who they are from the beginning. It's just because you like them, you chose to look past it. And I see myself as a father, as a man, when it comes to dating. More so, and I mean, even with Fahim, it'll be from a different perspective. It'll more so be how to conduct himself when it comes to dating and come to treating people, and how to maintain his integrity first and foremost, and just be a man of your word. If you're not feeling somebody, it's okay to walk away from that. No need to drag people along and hurt feelings or whatever. There's like nothing good. Right. It's nothing. I didn't get anything good from doing any of that shit. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, finish.
No, but for my girls, it'll be different. It'll be coming to them from the perspective of how men operate. Like, whether they have guy friends that they could sit down and talk to and say, hey, such and such did this. What does that mean? Whether they have a guy friend or not, I'll be there to let them know that, hey, like, I plan on having a relationship with my daughters to the point where when they do start dating, they feel they could come talk to me. Because if they can't come talk to me and things are happening and they have no proper guidance, they can end up in, horrible situations. But if they trust me enough to say, my father's not going to judge me, and I'm curious about something and I feel safe talking to him, I can tell him, like, hey, look, I like this person. I really care for him. It might go to XYZ. And then at least now I'm there to say, hey, okay, if you're feeling this way, I get it. You're young. We've all had these emotions, but you need to move accordingly. These are the things you need to look for. These are the things you need to make sure you do. These are the things you make sure to avoid. Because they're human. Nobody, you can't stop them from doing anything. I mean, we were young. We understand the lengths we went to get certain things done. We're
So let
not
me ask you
exempt
this.
from that.
Let me ask you this. What happens on the day that your daughter, Miani, brings home a Frank?
So if she brings him home, of course, it'll be to meet us. So indirectly is for us to vet him. I'll meet him, I'll talk to him. And if I do see any red flags, then yeah, it'll be a conversation. But at the same time, it's one of those things where I can guide you, but at the end of the day, it has to be your decision.
You're better than me.
Unless he's like just god awful, where it's like, oh no, hell no.
No. Not even. I'm just saying bring home a you. Because let me tell you.
Because see, that's the thing. I was bad, but I wasn't god awful.
Here, but listen to me. I'm gonna put it in perspective for you. So I'm gonna talk about me. Okay. I'm not prepared. Because I know as I continue, the older I get, before I hit, before I am married, the likelihood of me being and ending up with someone who has a kid is higher and higher. I think I've spoken about that for, since as long as we've been doing this.
Right.
So, the likelihood I might be a girl dad from jump without even getting, without even having the fun to make it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking these questions and talking to you because it's like, okay, what do I do when that little girl, because even my niece is 10 now. My niece is 10.
It's like 6 years away from you actually living those scenarios. It's not far, bro. It's crazy.
So, but I'm putting myself in those shoes and I'm like, what happens when this angel that I have watched grow and in my mind, the most innocent thing ever to walk this earth, brings home a Marvin, someone who comes across as a gentleman, a good student, seems to be, very respectful, a saint even, because that's how the nickname started.
Right.
But behind closed doors, he's like, let me see your titties. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do with that fact? Like, those are two things that are happening at the same time. How do I deal with that? Help me.
Okay, this is one way I looked at it. And this is real shit. Like, if you could recall, like, all the girls you dated and the girls that gave you actual boundaries and said, no, I'm not comfortable with this. And actually, like I said, just gave you boundaries and made it up front what they was comfortable with. And they were very good at communicating what they was comfortable with, what they wasn't comfortable with.
We was 14, 15. We had boundary. You had real boundary conversations.
I'm thinking of when this is like 18, 14, 15. I wasn't.
Bro, I'm not. But see, I ain't even get to the part where I think you're an adult and I can trust you out in the world. I'm talking you coming in here holding hands with this little ass boy. Barely. I can still smell him. I can smell the sun off of him as he walked in my house.
I guess at that point, and I haven't gotten there yet. The only thing I can think of now, just minimize the time where they're alone. No coming over the house when I'm not there. I mean, they're going to have dates, but now you could track them, keep in touch with them, FaceTime them. Hey, just FaceTime you at the movies.
Just want to see where you at.
I'm FaceTiming you, but I'm really looking at the background of where you at.
I'm going to let you know, baby, whenever, if this is still floating around the internet when you're dating and everything, I'm telling you right now, you think you at that movies with just him? You got like fucked up.
Do stuff like that.
Because I'm in a hoodie, back corner, in a hoodie, back corner with a Slurpee, watching. Don't play with me on some Family Matter shit. Like,
might do a little Spygate maybe. But for the most part, I think probably your best weapon is open line of communication with your daughters. That's it.
So I was listening to Rory and Maul, and they were talking about, and tell me if you agree with this or not. They said there's something about how men can spot the girl who doesn't have an active father in her life.
100%. I even told my wife this.
At 100%. I was gonna tell you, when I thought about asking, when I heard it, I said, "Hey Frank, don't you got one of them?" My dog.
What? What?
Was your wife's father in her life? Like that?
No, he was, but he passed. But he was in her life.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Take that. I wasn't trying to.
No. Yeah. So no,
I was trying
not
to be
her,
funny without all the information.
We got you. No. It's all good. But I even told her, I'm like in college. I'm like, we spot her from a mile away, and the confirmation
standing on
was
the couch somewhere.
It was one. They always act like they never been nowhere, and when you talk to them, and you ask them, "Oh, so what made you come to FIU or whatever?" If they say anything along the lines of, "I had to get out my mama house," or "I just needed to get away," or "I just wanted to be free," that's all you needed to know. That was all I needed to know. Okay, it's on and popping with you. All I got to do.
I think you're talking about a different girl. Because there's two types of girls.
No, but usually those are the ones that they didn't have fathers in their life, and they had a like an overbearing mother who tried to be mother and father, and that was always the ones that just squeezed them out the house unintentionally.
See, I always saw them as separate people. Like I saw the girl who didn't have a dad in her life, didn't have any real, like not just a father, but like other parental.
No positive male figure.
They were loosey goosey with the parental figures in her life, right?
Right.
And then the girl who was overly sheltered, never really, didn't go on her first date till she got to college and stuff like that. Like you could spot those girls, and those are very different scenarios and very different situations of how you play those.
Absolutely.
So you're trying to find, as a parent now, you're trying to find a balance to raise that girl in the middle.
Right.
Where I want to be active, but I don't want to be so overbearing that they can't wait to escape me and go live whatever life they're looking for.
Right. You don't want to keep them under a rock, so the moment they get some freedom, they don't know how to fucking act. But then at the same time, you don't want to give them too much freedom to the point where they get in trouble. So it's like, I want you give them enough slack so you see the world, but not too much where you're free to hurt yourself. So when you do get out, it's like nothing is new to you. Like, oh, okay, I've been exposed to this to a degree. I've been exposed to that. So they can act like they've been somewhere before.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, them girls who were sheltered and overbearing and all of that.
Pause that shit real quick. Hold on.
I was in the middle of talking. There is no pause in there.
Okay, that's gonna be a blooper for the YouTube fan. Forgive me. A new chair's on the way.
Hey, had it not even fallen, had you not even messed with it, I don't think anybody would have really noticed.
Because the whole time, I'm looking at you, and then the one time I just looked at myself to see, how I look. I'm like, oh shit, let me fix that.
It had been failed.
Yeah. We were just all into the conversation. I didn't notice it. But my bad. Go ahead. Continue. It's two different girls and you handle them differently. Go ahead.
You do. Like, I just feel like the girl who was very sheltered and they went from overbearing parents. I just feel like they bounce on your dick a little harder than the other girls.
They ain't have no practice. It's just trying to get it all in.
You be like, hey, it's
gonna break my shit.
Like, you gotta relax. I'm gonna need you to chill. I can't be that butt bone. Like, I feel that. I know you feel like you got the cheeks, but throw the yams a little softer, please.
Right, you can actually break it. It's not flexible.
No, it doesn't work like that.
At all.
There's a lot of blood flow right now. You can kill me. Oh man.
But the girls that didn't have fathers in their life, they were A1 because they had practice. Ain't wasn't nobody there to stop them.
Been watching porn. Been getting porn out their uncle's room because that's the only father figure that they had in their life, and he wasn't.
And he wasn't even there. Yeah, right. He wasn't shit
because he was living with your mama, so he wasn't shit. Right.
Ain't had nothing going for himself.
Been watching porn for too long. Now you can't even. Ugh. Disgusting. Who are you? Don't stop. But who are you? What have you been doing?
Those would be the ones that from rip. Like, there's no future here at all. Like, you'd be lucky if I'm still talking to you in 3 weeks.
But don't stop, though.
Right. No. Like, we're good in the moment. Like, right now, this is cool. But 3 weeks from now, just don't assume I'm going to be here.
Damn, that sounds really shitty in the act of saying it.
And I own up to it. I was a shitty person. Like I said, I will not deny that I was the villain in some people's stories.
So what happens when, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for my baby to bring in a villain.
Takes a villain to spot one. Teach her how to spot them.
And that's going to be my goal always. Like, hey.
And see, the thing is, like, she brings a dude home. This is your chance to talk to him. You're like, as far as emotional intelligence go, you're very smart. Well, you're a smart dude, period. But I'm saying, like, you're very keen on emotional intelligence, right? So you could talk to a dude, and depending on how he answers your questions, will tell you a lot about him. So now that you have an opportunity to talk to this person, now that she trusts you enough to say, because if the girl didn't have a good relationship with her parents, there was no way in hell she was letting you meet them because she know, okay, they're going to shoot her down. I like him. But if she had a trusting relationship with her parents and she's like, hey, I think I like this guy, I trust them. Like, my heart's with them. So if they fuck with you, then I'm going to fuck with you even harder. Whereas if she didn't have a relationship with her parents, she's going to hide you as much as she could. So if your baby trusts y'all enough to say, hey, I'm going to bring somebody over, that's what you want. So now you talk to the dude, you treat him nice because you don't want to break your daughter's trust. You don't want to embarrass her. So you talk to him and you gauge him. Ask him, hey, what his future plans are, what is he doing, what his family situation is like. And you gauge all that shit. Now, if he say some shit that's left field, cool. You compartmentalize that. And then after they go on a little date or whatever, when she comes back home, like, hey, we gonna talk. So how you met this person? Or even that question, you probably ask in front of him. You ask her how you feel about him. And then she is going to get reciprocated. So, daddy, what you think of him? And boom. Try not to be too abrasive when you speak and you just lay it out.
Okay.
Because people don't respond well when you're abrasive.
Pep talk. You're going to have to give me the same pep talk.
I got you.
10, 15 years from now. Because it's not. I'm going to jack that nigga. Like, it's going to be a problem. What is he doing? As soon as I see him. Game recognized game, granddad. That's what Riley said?
Yeah.
No, not him. Anybody else but him.
But to see, the thing is, like, when I did meet parents, except one parent who just despised me, but she despised me from the jump. But every other parent I made, for the most part, they loved me.
Same. But here's the thing. This is why I brought it up. Because I came like, yeah, I was a gentleman. Yes. I was a good student. Yes. I was all the things that you thought I was. But I was trying, but at any moment when y'all weren't looking, my hands were
trying
places.
to see some titties.
I was trying to see this. I was trying to grab that. Let me smell. I want to smell my finger. Show the boys. Like,
those were the days.
Simpler terms.
How disgusting that is, man.
Come on, I know what you're like, bro. What the fuck?
We walked around,
and the nigga always want to make you smell it and breeze across your nose. Now
and it ain't like they hold it close enough. It's like they touch your face with it and they smell it.
Yeah. Now I gotta, man, what the fuck was that?
Nose just lingering on the tip. The smell just lingering on the tip of your nose for the rest of 6th period. It was horrible. No, we used to walk around for hours with uncleaned hands. Coochie smell just
had to show the boys. Make sure
it
y'all
had to
know.
prove. Yeah.
I'm out here
He was-
touching Gucci.
Fucking disgusting.
And then they don't even, you did all of that just for me to really not even care about that. I really care about who that was. You lying. You like, because I'm not going to believe you.
Let me smell it again.
Look, and now, no matter what, I'm not supposed to say nothing, but you know I'm not going to believe you till I talk to her. Not as hey sis when I see her and all this, hey, like that's all this other shit. And now she a little embarrassed.
Cause yeah, she know that they know.
And you know, you always got one homeboy you gotta know you can't tell because that nigga, if she ever say something to him in class, it's gonna
he
come
gonna
out.
spray your shit. He gonna tell everybody.
It's gonna come out. Now you can't even. Now you looking at him like, come on, bro.
He gonna fuck it up. He gonna fuck it up for everybody. Cause that's what he ain't touching no coochie.
Sure
So
he bit his shit.
yeah. So if he ain't touching no coochie, he just gonna fuck up your shit. What he got to
Nobody
lose?
touching no coochie.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Ain't nobody touching.
Oh, and don't let you
Fuck.
touch a girl that he got a crush on. Oh, bruh. It's over. It is over. You ever fucked with a girl that your homeboy had a crush on? But he ain't, let's say he didn't tell you yet.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but shit go left quick. Like, dog, how was I supposed
Like my
to know
nigga,
you
how
like
was I
that?
supposed to know that? Don't you know I had talked to her in 6th period? Nigga.
So,
It's 30 niggas in the class. Like I'm sure other people talked to her. I didn't know.
and if anything, she gave me play. So what you want me to just say no because you like her? Nah, bro, chill out.
Oh man, nah, cause you know back in summer school we had we had talk. Nigga, did you get her number? No, then what the why are we doing this though?
It's
Why
like,
we
were y'all
doing this,
talking?
though?
Have y'all dated? Nah, fuck it.
Cause if it's something I need
She
to
fair
respect,
game.
bruh. You know what I mean? We all done liked the same girl before. This ain't new. It's just who get there first.
Basically.
You get there first,
Basic.
now she off limits.
Right. And if you get there first, you better
You
claim
look down to
territory
the side.
quick.
You look down to the side like you wasn't sure that she was off limits.
No. What you mean?
You look, cause I said now she off limits. You was like, right, like what that was.
No, if you talk to her, then yeah, she off limits. But if you just out here saying, oh, she cute, she fair game.
She was cute yesterday, and she gonna be cute tomorrow. So
Right. Now, depending on the homeboy, I guess you would let, like, if it's me and you, might let you take the first shot. But if your shot
because
don't
I know
land,
because I know
because you
like
said
her.
it first. Yeah, you,
Yeah.
but you vocalized it first. Oh, she cute. I agree with you. Yeah, she bad. Cool. You called. It's like playing That's My Car. Hey, that's my car. All right, cool. First shot. get first
You get
crack
the
at it.
RAV4.
Yeah. You get first crack at it. Nah, if I see you shot your shot and she like, nah, or nigga don't say.
See, I don't know. I don't know about that one because if you like say you've been talking about her, like you've been talking like you like her, like I know that shot that you getting shot down by seeing your face when you walk back my way, I know like damn that shit hurt my dog. Like I gotta
Like
know.
if he like her,
Yeah. Like he
you just
been
gotta
like
wait
her.
a little bit. You just gotta wait till he finds somebody else.
Bro, and see, that's why. That's why, nigga.
You gotta wait till he finds somebody else. That's all.
Nah, man. Because that
Don't
shit,
look at me
sometimes
like
shit
that.
Don't even.
So you
What
ain't
you mean?
you ain't never fucked with a girl that your homeboy liked. Like you ain't have to do it immediately, but let's say like a little bit down the line, like you know your homeboy liked her, but she wasn't really feeling him. But she threw a little play your way. That ain't never happened to you?
Like?
Like your homeboy liked it. Like I'm not saying he was in love with her, but he had a strong crush on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, it happens.
But in this scenario, my brain, she had liked me first, and I had played her to the left for a reason. I had played her your way anyway. You know what I'm saying? Tried to steer her your way. But then you still didn't seal the deal, so.
Hey, that's the game's the game, bro.
Man, I'm not a good person.
Neither am I.
Like, you start hearing, like, I'm picturing the whole scenario, and I'm like, but that person was friends with that person, and you was dating that person, and like as I had it all up, it's just like
we wasn't good people, especially when it came to coochie. That shit.
We was just young. We was just young, just
young and horny,
just trying to do something before two something.
Bruh, you ever? This is the messy segment of the show. You ever hollered at a girl, right? And then let's say she might have gave you a little play, but then you found out she had a homegirl that wanted to fuck with you or a sister, and you tried to fuck with her too?
Yes. Yes.
Same here. And then they looking at you like you the bad guy. How am I the bad guy?
But y'all supposed to be friends. Y'all supposed to talk.
Yeah. Like she knew I was fucking with you. Well, I'm supposed to just tell her no. I ain't like you like that. So.
It was right there.
Right there. Then that slipped and fell on it.
Yeah. Not good people.
Not good people at all. The other day, I was watching this clip. It was like one of those traveling podcasts where they go on tour or some shit. Okay. And this was one about dating. Young lady gets up and she's like, I have a question. They're like, all right, what's up? And she's like, why is it that guys get mad when he never had any intentions to do anything serious with you, but when you start dating this homeboy, it's a problem? And then some of the women was like, yeah, that's a good question. Why do they get mad? And I'm like, have I ever gotten mad in that situation?
Let me think about that. So wait.
And I'm like,
so the situation is, I'm messing with you.
But you
I'm not
know
taking you
not
serious.
Right.
And then you go and date my homeboy.
Right.
Seriously.
I
don't know.
I'm not getting mad about that.
Because I wasn't taking you serious. Now, there are niggas who that's because we kind of checking some of our ego in this situation. And it's somebody probably watching like, them niggas lying like a motherfucker.
Now, I'll tell you what I would get mad at, but that particular scenario, I wouldn't get mad at. I might give the homeboy like, you sure? You know I used to mess with her.
Yeah, I would.
And if he's cool with that, then I'm not speaking on it or anything. Like, hey, that's y'all.
I don't have nothing to say. You cool with the history with it? That's cool. I ain't gonna disrespect because I ain't gonna disrespect you. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Y'all hang out. I try not to be in the vicinity. I don't want no awkward exchanges. But that's y'all. Y'all go ahead and be happy. Now, if it was a girl that I liked, like I was in a relationship with, and then we break up and I still have feelings, and you start dating somebody I know, then yeah, I might be a little salty. And it's not just anybody I know. Like if you start dating somebody that I'm close with, like somebody that I've shared spaces with in some capacity, whether we hung out at the same spots or whatever, now I'm hot. That I have an issue with.
But I mean, people's social circles, like you met her within that social circle. So,
but
of course,
I still got, see, the thing is, I still have feelings. Now, if let's say,
okay,
enough time has passed where it's like, whatever I was dealing with in that relationship, I gotten over it. Whether she got over it or not, that's on her. But I know I'm good. Like, hey, I've come to peace with all of this. And you start dating somebody close to me, it's like, cool. Because now at this point, I know that it wasn't nothing there. Like, I'm certain that wasn't for me. So whoever might be for you, even if it is to do.
So you could you could have feelings for somebody.
Yeah.
Y'all break up.
Uh-huh.
Y'all break up. It was serious. Y'all break up and they could date one of your friends?
It takes time. Like I said, once I'm over it, then cool. You could date my friend. I don't care.
Okay. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna take this as
But
you
I
talking
have
from
to
that
be over
very
it.
young perspective because I can't see you. I can't see you letting your wife date any of your friends
I don't see myself
once she's
divorcing
your
my
ex-wife.
wife.
But in the scenario where y'all are together, even when you get over it a year or two later, you out fucking other girls and whatever.
But see, ex-wife is there. I have kids with her, so that's different. But if
But
it
you
was
over
just
it,
girlfriend,
Frank. But you over it, Frank. The relationship over.
we talking about girlfriends. You want to bring wives into this,
That's your situation.
but we was talking about dating.
I'm just trying to personalize it. That's all.
But even if that is the case, it will take. I'm not this like my wife,
Full of
ex-wife. That would
shit.
that
I
would
know I
take
would.
years.
Yeah.
That would
Nah,
be
shoot the
years.
both of
And
them.
you ever seen the show This Is Us?
Mhm. Why would you ask me that? We've talked about it on this show.
Right. It'll probably have to be some shit like that, like where
Like I had to be dead.
yeah.
Cause ain't no way, nigga. I kill each and every one of y'all.
Yeah, right. Just see me in the flashbacks. That's it. That's the only time I'm in the picture.
I kill each and every one of y'all. Ain't no fucking way. Oh man. All right, before we get out of here, I'm gonna speak on my Lakers. It was tough. Like, I get it. We weren't even projected to be there at the beginning of the year. Like, we had a less than a 3% chance of making the playoffs when they did the projections originally. So I'm not so mad that we made the Western Conference Finals. But I ain't never been swept before. Not like I can't think of any time in my Laker fandom history have I been swept before.
The Lakers never been swept? And this is not me making fun.
No, but
Like,
I'm talking since I've been a fan. Actively.
Okay.
Like, you know, I count my activity as a fan to start by like 99. Like when I was actually like, I know kids, y'all ain't heard about this, but there used to be this thing they called a newspaper, and we used to get the sports page. And I used to actually cut out, like when Shaq and them would get something, I would actually cut out the shit, put it on my wall.
I don't
Like,
think
that's when I said I was an active fan. Like liking them when I was a kid was just liking them as a kid. Because I call everybody, we were all fans of our teams, but then you also like,
you had a favorite player too
who hated the Bulls. Like, I mean, like you didn't want to play them, but you were still in awe of Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's how I feel. So it's weird. It's weird for me to see that. It was rough for me to go through that. It was rough. Now, what's even rougher in my life is having to share space with Heat fans.
I know
It's
you're not
rough.
talking about me specifically, but I'll let you
I said
ride.
Heat fans. I said Heat fans. I didn't say Frank as a Heat fan.
No, I got
You got
you.
on your Heat colors today. So
Right.
solidarity with your little shit.
But I've never been that, like, I get it. I've been out to bars with Heat fans and I know how Heat fans get. So when you say that, I get you.
So when y'all was, you know, for a long time throughout the playoffs, when y'all would win, we would win. When y'all would lose, we would lose. And then we had that one little thing where y'all won and we lost one, but then we still ended up, we both in our conference finals. And to me, best case scenario would have been Lakers,
Heat
That would've been
rematch. That's what I wanted.
perfect. Because the last time they played in the finals, I couldn't go because it was fucking COVID. It was in the bubble. But I would have definitely loved to have gone to that type of finals.
Even if I had to sit next to Dan Marino jersey, I would have went.
Up there, dusting the bitch off. Like, got you. Since I'm up here. Since I'm up here, let me just go
Because
ahead and take
Lord
care of that
knows
for y'all.
that lower bowl, the tickets for that lower bowl would have been
Not for it.
ridiculous.
I'd have paid the $400 to sit up there. Just because,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what are the chances of you going to be able to sit in the finals? I'm sitting in the finals with my team and my home team. You know what I'm saying? So That would have been great. It didn't work out that way. And I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with that. But y'all Heat fans sometimes, like, I just be wanting to
talk about it. What has a Heat fan done?
Y'all don't know how to like all this. I had a nigga hit me up. Hey, you believe in Heat culture now? Man, get the fuck out my face. I don't give a fuck about no Heat culture. Cause we out here winning and da-da-da. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Heat culture. I don't believe in that shit no way. Oh, because y'all believe hard, y'all in the playoffs? Shut the fuck up. Give a fuck about that. Shaq gonna bring his little card with the little, when they had the little trophy and they all threw it in the little big pool and all that shit. I ain't forget that shit the last time y'all did that dumbass shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck y'all. Now, I'm still rooting for y'all. If anybody's gonna win it, I hope it's y'all. But y'all about to run into a fucking monster. I mean, first, I'm saying this is before Game 6. We're recording this, and y'all better fucking win Game 6.
Oh, no. Game 6 is our Game 7. If we don't win that shit, it is. If we don't win Game 6, we probably lose the series. Ain't no way in hell we could go back to Boston. No way in hell.
You feel that way? Even though you won the first two there.
The first two dude, they're not going to lose 3 out of 4 at home. Our starting 2 guard is out. Our 6th man is out. And then one of our best players off the bench is out. Like we've lost key people. They still got their whole squad. Their biggest weakness is not even a person on the court. It's their coach. It's a tough matchup. And then the way they played yesterday, that shit was scary. It's like them niggas couldn't buy a brick. Everything was fucking going in.
Imagine playing the Nuggets. These niggas was throwing.
No, you had your basketball talk. Let me have my talk.
Okay.
Bruh. It has to be and I'm not saying this as a diss to you. Just let me get it out. It has to be annoying to be a Laker fan because no matter what y'all do, if y'all play good, it's never good enough because y'all the Lakers. If y'all play bad, it's amplified because y'all the Lakers. This Denver team, from top to bottom, if you want to look at them, they are a solid fucking team.
Dude, I didn't even watch any Nuggets. I didn't watch any Nuggets games unless they were playing us. I didn't watch any Nuggets games all year. And when we got to the finals and we're playing them, I'm like, hey, why I know the names of like 7, 8 niggas on this team already.
Dude.
That's how great of a team they assembled.
They got DeAndre Jordan on the bench. And he
just
don't get there. Just chilling. Bruh. Their 4th best player is Aaron Gordon. Like, the 4th. Bruh, they have a solid fucking and they play good team. It's one thing to have like when Brooklyn had Kyrie, Harden, and KD. You got good players, but there's no cohesion. So that's one thing. Okay, cool. It's another thing.
Just niggas out there taking turns.
Right. It's another thing to have good players that know how to play with each other and have cohesion. That is tough to fucking beat. Like year 1 with the Heat, when they had LeBron, Wade, and Bosh and all that, those were 3 niggas that was just taking turns. They didn't have that cohesion. When they got the cohesion, that was tough to beat. The Spurs, when they had Tim Duncan, Mano, Parker, bruh, they had cohesion. They knew how to play with each other. Very tough to beat. This Denver team, and the worst thing about it, Jokic is a 2-time MVP. This season should be 3 because this season he played better than his previous MVP seasons.
Let me rephrase. I don't think he deserved to win one of those 2 prior to this.
No, but you know.
But this one,
he deserved it this year.
Watching him play, I was like, he's so ugly with it, but
he is good.
Good. Like everything he was doing was ugly. This nigga.
This
look,
man is
he
averaging.
took a shot from a 3. He had the ball like this, and then he said, and it went in all net.
This
and you
man
can
is,
see AD just looked at him like,
you can't do nothing with him. He is smart as hell. This man is having damn near 30 points, 29.9 and like 10 and 12 or 12 and 10 or something like that. This man is averaging a triple double with 30 points in the playoffs. Not like for a series, but in the playoffs. They're a scary team, bro. And if we hopefully we get past Boston, but if we do get past Boston, they're a beast.
Wish
like,
y'all well.
Even if we get swept, it's like, at least we made it this far. Because, dude, to beat them, that is, it ain't even about going over there and stealing one. Because even if they come to your house, it's still a fair game. They're that good.
They are.
They're a good team. And again, y'all lost to a good team. But again, y'all being the Lakers, y'all on the marquee of ESPN. Everybody's talking all kind of shit. And it's like, if it's any other team, they'll talk about the team that won. Like, well, we get it a little bit with Boston. They, like, even when we beat Boston, they don't talk about the Heat winning. They mostly talk about Boston not showing up. And it's like, okay, I get it. They got bigger stars than we do, whatever. But in this case, with the Lakers in Denver, I mean, yeah, y'all bring up LeBron's name, but y'all conveniently forget the man is 38. Like, how much heavy lifting y'all expect him to do now? He's 30-fucking-8. Seriously? And again, look at that Denver team. Like, they're a well put together team. Their stars are young. They got gas in the tank. Murray has recovered from that knee injury incredibly well, and he played lights out a few games of that series. Like, give them credit.
All
like
right,
they've been balling.
You don't have to keep. You know. All right.
But
I don't.
All I'm saying is, I get it. It must be annoying being a Laker fan.
Moving on. Give me a vibe of the week. Fuck all that shit. Right now. I want to hear that shit no more. But with that being said, bro, anything else you want to bring to the table?
Nah, fam, we good. You
okay? Nah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and outside of those constructs, this has been another episode of the Samurai Professionals Podcast, the podcast where two young professionals bring issues to the table, and we just chopped it up. I'm your co-host Marvin, Young Saint, Charles Fleck Xavier, Datman Beyond, Dion Slanders, Petty Pendergrass, International Marv, that's the handle. The Bandalorian, Anakin Flywalker, Flex Luthor, Cuff Daddy, and the man to the right of me can only be
Nacho Man, Candy Savage, the Slim Reaper, Serial Killer, Applejack the Ripper, the Munch on Lunch, Lord of the Wings, Jabba in the Cut, the Wholesome Dude, Fat Boy Slim. It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. Grist and Gravy, Ron Swansong, Walter White Walker, Horror Doorstopper, the FNFND. One half of this POD, he is I and I am him, is Frank, and we just chopped it up. You can
Chief
email it.
You can say it. It's fine.
Nah, man, my co-host ain't signed off on it, so I'm gonna come up with something else.
No. It was grade A funny. It was nasty. But it was grade A funny. It's grade A. Hey, the problem was my brain, because it's a creative that I am, my brain went to, when did he come up with this nickname? So then visuals. So, yeah.
See, if I had the somewhat, I would have hit you with the, hey, yo.
Yeah, it's fine. I got you.
Appreciate it. You can email us at the Samurai Professional Podcast at gmail.com. Hit us up with any questions, comments, or even topic suggestions. Also, hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at the Samurai Pros. You can reach me personally on just about any social media platform at I Can Only Be Frank. Where can I find you, Marv?
You can find me on any social media platform at Marvin X Adams. Please like, comment, subscribe, leave messages. Hit the
Discord.
The Discord. Like, hit us up. We'll love to talk.
New episodes. Go ahead. No, visuals drop on Wednesdays. You can find us live in the chat room, so we could talk live. If there's any topics we hit that you want to discuss with us on site, please feel free to do so. In fact, we encourage it.
Yeah. Hey, last week y'all got 2. I as promised, I gave y'all both episodes.
Yeah, he
As
did.
promised.
And with cool graphics, with the Fast and the Furious shit. We
Hey.
even moved in that motherfucker.
Hey, I'm learning. You know, I'm learning new shit every day.
I saw that. I was like, oh shit, look at them all.
New shit. I'm learning every day. I was like, I saw that. I was like, I could do that. Let me see what that looked like. So yeah.
Doing big things in the world. That's what's up. Came a long way from fucking recording this shit on cell phones.
At my dining room table.
Right?
Or you in the car.
Which is, me in the car, you in the dining room table, hear your sister in the background like, hey, we recording right now. And she not paying no fucking mind. Didn't give a damn.
Don't give a fuck about what the fuck you doing over there with your little friend on the phone.
Shout out to Catherine. We love you.
Oh, man.
But yeah, this has been another episode of the Samurai Professionals Podcast. Peace.
Peace and love.